G'day everyone, welcome to another episode of TNT Footy. I am Taz. Next to me we've got the moistest bloke going out.
Hey, what's
Moisty.
going on?
And then next to him we've got Woo Girl Eggy.
What's going on, everyone?
Who was
Oh,
not in fine form when we were out and about on the
No,
weekend?
I wasn't, but I better get dressed for the show, actually.
oh,
Oh, he's put it
Sorry,
in.
boys. A bit late on the bandwagon, but we're here.
He's on. The wizard. The wizard is here.
that is great.
I can't wear the hat. Sorry. Sorry for
That-
anyone I murdered with the sound of that, but we're good now.
No,
That
the
is
wizard.
great.
I love it. I've been calling the wizard all year, boys, and I'm glad Eggy's on board.
How
I'm on
good's he
board.
been?
He was pretty good, yeah. It was almost as good as that Sydney game. I really wanted one day to have a big Sam come into the stage tonight. But
No, there was no big sound this week,
I
boys,
reckon
and
there will be though.
I
Geez, you
don't
must-
think there will be. Maybe in the grand final against Sydney again, I think.
Nah.
You must have been hot sitting there for the last 15 minutes talking to
Yeah,
us.
I was
with
a
the
little bit warm, yeah.
Yeah, got a
That's why
double
I've
jumper on.
covered
I didn't think of that. I could have done mine too, but no, that's all right. We'll save
That's
that for next
great.
week's show.
Yep.
I love that. Welcome everyone in chat. Doc, Zoe, welcome. Hopefully you guys are doing as good as we are.
Yes.
What
Don't
a
want
start to the
bandwagon
finals.
when your team doesn't make the finals, do we?
That's
Yeah,
like
that's
every
true.
year for Moisty.
Yeah.
Every year it seems to be Sydney as well.
Yeah, them and Geelong have got a good record of being in finals, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Massive.
They really do.
Well,
Big show tonight.
big show.
Obviously, we're gonna.
Did hear on the radio that Hawthorn and Brisbane have 70 premierships between them in the last 20 or something. Or
Yeah.
seven premierships between them in the last 20 years.
That's huge. That is
Massive.
huge. Well, we've got here. We'll do our normal review of each game and some cracking games at that. Then we'll move into the Moisties Minute, and then we'll go deep dive, viewers' questions, and then we'll be wrapping up.
Beautiful.
No tips.
Beautiful. And
Tips are all done.
No,
as
no
always,
tips.
don't forget we're to like our socials, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. And boys, tipping 4 from 4 this week.
Oh,
Let's
I
get
got
around
3
me.
from 4.
Making a late charge.
I went GWS. They looked home until the last 5 minutes, and
The
when
last
Heaney
5 minutes. Oh, 7 minutes to go. I think we looked at the odds and Sydney were 290 with 7 minutes to go. And I said to Taz, they're going to win this. I said we should smash this. And then they kicked that goal to go level and they went to $1.20.
Yep. We
So
should have rang up
sports
and put
betting,
100 on it.
Yeah, should have.
Why is that, Zoe? Zoe's just put in chat. She probably should have stayed home last night.
Probably feeling a bit worse aware, is she?
Oh, goodness.
At least no one got lit on fire. That's the main thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, that is very
They
true.
nearly did.
Very true. But, all right, let's get into it, boys.
Let's get into
All
it.
right, so we got the first game, which was probably the worst game of the opening round. Port
Oh,
Adelaide
yeah.
Geelong.
Well, I don't know about that. I've seen another team start a bit slower than Port Adelaide this week, but
Pull your mic down, Eggy.
oh, sorry, my apologies. When I
No,
got
I think this one was the worst game. This was over at quarter time. I mean, the other one was over at quarter time, but this one was a demolishing. Oh no, this one was over at what? Yeah, about the second half time.
yeah, they come out of the blocks firing.
Port done in straight sets, I reckon.
Yep, I think.
Yeah,
so, too.
which going to be a bit disappointing. And can Ken Hinkley keep his job if they're out in straight sets?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
That's
we'll-
3 years running.
We'll talk a bit more about that a bit later.
Oh, we've
Yeah.
got that coming up.
Yeah, we've got that coming.
Yeah, beautiful. G'day, Jolie. Welcome, mate. Welcome.
Geelong Cameron, I was a bit hesitant to put him in the All Australian, but he fired as well.
Yeah,
Fired
he
again.
fired. Yep.
How good was his goal?
Oh, his goal
Mate, can we get goal and mark of the year
into
to go all
finals.
season?
Yeah.
Like they've both happened in the first round of the finals. Heaney's
Yeah.
won mark of the year and Cameron's won goal of the year in the finals.
Yep.
Absolutely. It was a fantastic goal.
Oh, it was.
Oh, like left foot going, bending away from the goals.
Gave us glimpses of last year when he took one from running out, but this time
But that was
one
out of
was in the
bounds,
field.
wasn't
Yeah, it was pretty close to it, man.
But this was opposite foot too.
Yeah.
Wasn't-
That
wasn't
That
his
was
dominant
his
foot?
left. It was his
Oh,
left.
it was his left, was it? Yeah.
It was bending it around, like it was going, bending it across the face of the goals, not
Yeah, and
into the
it still
goals.
got in.
So it's fantastic. But
Perfection. But
what are your thoughts on Cats, or with Port just that bad?
I think Cats are good. Cats
Yeah, I
are
think
very
Cats
good.
are
They're
good.
young
That's-
kids.
yeah.
They had 3 or 4 young kids that playing their first final that were extraordinary.
And Butters come out of the I think he was injured before they Kent Hinkley was saying that they had a bit of soreness around the ribs, and I think him actually playing made it worse. So
Yeah, see, they should have late withdrawal.
Yep.
See, oh, where are we? Sorry, I've just got to find these kids. But we've got I'm going to butcher this, but Manga,
Manor.
Manor.
Manor. I
Sean
said
Manor.
I was Sean Manor. I said I was going to butcher. He was absolutely elite. You've got Myers that was elite. The Henrys, both Henrys were all right. All the young kids.
Max
Dempsey had a
Holmes.
huge game. Max Holmes as well. He was huge. And just these young kids that are coming through. We all thought Geelong were old, but
Yeah, we did.
they've done it again, Geelong. They're just rebuilding on the run again.
Yep.
They are. They are. Artie would be happy with the way they're going.
Hardy loves a bit of Geelong,
I
doesn't
don't
he?
think he's in chat yet, but he yeah, I don't actually. I might
But that
send him.
game, it was a bit of a disappointment. 84 points in the finals,
Yeah, I
just
know.
disgraceful.
Well, that's Port Adelaide though. They're just not a finals team. I don't
No.
know
Well,
what
I was just
happened.
listening to SEN on Saturday, and one of the guys there was going to watch his horse race in Morphett Bill Parks, and he was supposed to go with Soldo, but then Soldo ended up cancelling because the Port Adelaide had a training session both Saturday and Sunday,
Oh, jeez.
so they might be bouncing back, but yeah, we're yet to see.
Saturday, Sunday this week
Yeah,
after the
Saturday, Sunday,
game.
they're just
Oh, he's running ragged.
yep.
I thought you were going to say that he was doing a medical at a different club.
No, could have been.
um,
All right, then we probably had the most anticipated game of the round
I
that
don't know
everyone
why
was
though. I don't know
just
thought
why.
two
this was
seconds,
going to be
boys.
the.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Just to catch up on chat a little bit. Zoe's got here. I was already sick and I'm still sick. That's not good, Zoe. Doc has got here Port are pretenders and Butters ended up in hospital. Yeah, that was a huge
Yeah,
story.
yeah, he did.
Huge
Yeah.
story. But sorry, Todd, just thought we'd
Yep.
catch up on that.
So then we had the most anticipated game of the round, which everyone was looking forward to, which was Bulldogs Hawthorn.
Yeah. I had Hawks on top, and I think a lot of people. I know Turtle was one of them saying the Hawks were pretenders. They're only beating bottom sides, but I'm like they're beating them by 20 goals, and they're beating Carlton and Collingwood
But
by
you
10 goals. Yeah,
can't say only beaten bottom sides. You look at their list; they've beaten nearly everyone in the top four.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
everyone in the top
Like
eight.
they've had to get 14 wins out of what 21 or 22 because there's what
So
two or three bye rounds. Yeah,
since round 11, what they crack on about most is the premiership window. First for defense, first for offense.
yeah.
Hawthorn's first for defense and first for offense since round 11.
Correct.
That's 13 rounds in a row they've sat on top of that.
It's just
They
their
beat
movement of the
Port
ball
Adelaide,
so quick.
but they beat Port Adelaide in that one where they lost in the last 30 seconds. They're sitting second. They're flag favourites.
Yep.
They're home and hose. No one's beaten them.
The way they're going, no, they won't. And they bring such energy. And if they're still within a sniff at halftime, if you don't put them to bed early and they're still within a sniff at halftime, they'll run over teams.
It's much like Sydney. They can just keep going all day, but Sydney
Yep.
can do it in 15 minutes. But Hawthorn, they're just young, quick. I had Hawthorn on. As soon as I looked at this game, I said Hawthorn's winning this. We watched the media. Everyone was Bulldogs. Bulldogs going to be too good, Bulldogs. But I was always Hawthorn
Yeah,
Yeah, I was always Hawthorn
all
too.
week.
And yeah, and then Doc just put Bond up forward. Why? Well, what I saw was it I don't know if it was the second or the third when he went forward, he kicked the goal within the first 1 minute, and then he had another shot a minute after that. So I'm thinking that's why.
No, but he
yeah,
was forward the whole game.
the
I
whole
don't
third
know.
quarter.
As soon as he went into the midfield, that had impact out of the midfield. When they put him forward, he didn't. So you've got to win it at the source first. So I didn't know why they had him forward either.
Yeah, we were questioning it because the ball wasn't going up there.
No.
Like Hawthorn were just all over them. Um, and then when the ball did go there, it wasn't going near Bont in that third quarter. So they threw Bont back into the middle in the fourth quarter. The first three centre bounces, clearance to them and goals.
Yeah.
So he's too impactful to not have on the ball, especially when your team's not winning it in the middle.
Yeah.
Because Warple and that were just
I
brutal.
thought he was in the middle. I missed that. I thought he was in the middle, and they moved him forward later.
No, so from what we were out for dinner, but we were watching it on the telly, and we watched the second half at home,
Yep.
and I reckon I seen him in four centre clearances,
Yeah.
four set of bounces. Like it was dreadful,
Yeah.
terrible.
It wasn't until that last quarter where he went back into the middle and I think he got four of his eight clearances in that last quarter. But yeah, Warple, Ward, Newcomb was huge.
Yep.
Newcomb was massive for Hawthorn. Wizard was massive, 4 goals.
Yeah.
Wizard.
One thing I loved though, and this shows where Jack Ginnivan has actually matured as a player, even though he's still young, he's matured as a player. He was running into inside 50, and instead of having a shot from about 45 meters out, he actually hit up one of his teammates. I think it might have been Cal Shadir or someone
Yeah.
Yeah,
who was open
passer.
in the pocket. He wouldn't have done that last year. He would have
But
had a ping.
nah, yeah, but the man at times is like when you see it come into that forward 50, and they had a man on the other side like free. The man,
Yeah,
yeah, every time I saw it coming, they just bang straight over the top, and he just shouldered for a goal.
yeah, exactly. But
And
there's
that's
such a
what you
good
need to
team to
do to win
watch.
finals, though, those sharing goals.
Yeah.
Doc
Like,
said
that's
that
where
the Bont had 12 minutes on the bench too, which would have hurt.
Oh, huge. So I reckon maybe he was playing underdone.
might have been hurt. Yeah.
Yeah,
It had to have been, but I loved watching Hawthorn. They're actually one of my favorite teams to watch at the
yeah,
moment.
me
Very
too.
exciting football they play.
Yep.
Big loss though. Sam
Yes.
Frost,
Yes. Big
Frost,
loss.
yes, but they will possibly be back.
which is a big
Test.
inclusion.
Yeah.
But they've only got, I think, Jai Sarong or Phillips to come in and cover Frost. But Frost has
So
been,
Day can do that role though.
I don't think he's key back.
He can, yeah. Day's played back before. He can cover that role.
So I suppose so can Wardle or
Yeah.
Weddle, whatever his name is.
So I think they've got options to cover that one. It's not a huge loss. It is a big loss, but not as huge as I think we're thinking it is.
Yep.
They won't have to worry next year when they get Barras and Battle.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly right. But they've only got Port next week. So who have Port got up for? Their forwards aren't firing. Dixon and Georgiani's is a little bit, but you can lock down Georgiani's and then Dixon, you just let him go in the pocket. That's all he's going to do.
Dixon
He
shit,
can
mate.
do
He
anything.
needs to
Yeah.
retire. He needs to retire. But how good is Sicily going to be next year when he
Oh,
can play that third tall defender role?
He
yeah.
just go loose again.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
is
then
going to be
his
fantastic.
impact. I don't think he went forward on. I didn't watch it on like. I didn't see him go forward on Friday night, but when he goes forward, he's very impactful too.
Yeah,
He didn't have to go forward though. They
Nah.
had the game in the bag.
yeah. Kalshadir looks good as well.
Yep.
Yeah,
They've
he
got
looked really good.
a lot of young kids. They're going to be good for a long time.
Yeah.
And this is what we hear out at Northland. It's like we've taken 5 years to rebuild, and Horford done it on 7 weeks on the
Yeah.
fly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
like
unreal.
Taz said it about like round 9 or something, around 7. They give him signs of the Bulldogs back in 2016 when they won
Yeah,
the
and the
premiership.
baby bombers
Yeah.
in 2010, I think it was.
Yeah. So if they, it wouldn't surprise me if they did win the flag. And again, I've said that all year.
It's going to be tough now to go through Sydney and Sydney.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
it
I
would.
think they
yeah.
beat Port, but Sydney and Sydney is a different
It is
animal.
I think
tough,
it is different, but yeah.
but it's not out of their
I
range
think,
the way they're
yeah,
going.
because Sydney starts slow, and then if Hawthorn they started slightly slow, but they go quick, and then once they're on a roll, it's hard to stop them.
Yeah.
So I reckon if they can catch Sydney on the back foot and get away with it, get away with a few more goals,
But
it'll
we've
be
said
hard
that
to.
about Sydney all year, and Sydney's played 15 minutes in a final quarter and just put teams to the sword.
Yeah, but
How
I
good's it
think
going to
I
be?
think Hawthorn played Sydney when they weren't at their best either. So
Yeah.
I think it's
Right.
it's two different teams now.
Are they
93. Whoops, I got the wrong year.
Yeah,
are they going to verse each other potentially?
They have to.
yeah.
If
Oh,
Hawthorn beat Port, they will.
If
yeah.
Hawthorn beats Port, they play, and Hawthorn beat Port.
But
Port out in
we'll
straights, that's
see. But
easy.
like everyone's writing Port off already, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Port's done.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't want. I wonder if Hawthorn are going and thinking they've already won that game, whereas they won't. They're
I
on the
don't
back
think
foot.
they will as young kids because they're still going to be the underdogs. They're
Yeah.
still going to be the running Hawks.
Yeah,
Everyone will be like, Port will want to get revenge and make up for last week, and Port will come out firing. It's probably going to end
Actually,
up being a cracking
let me
game.
apologise for that. Hawthorn's $1.50 favourite. They're the favourites.
Oh, are they? Okay. Yeah. Well, it's going to be interesting, but cracking game that was.
And then the next game, I know man Taswell, I don't know how many people, but we were hoping for overtime in this one.
yeah,
Yeah.
In the
yeah.
last minute, we were all screaming overtime. We were going to miss the start of the Brisbane Carlton game to sit here and watch another 10 minutes, 20 minutes of
Oh,
football of this game.
it was such a good game too. But,
Best final I've seen in a long time.
yeah,
But,
like it
and
was grand final worthy, and like yeah,
and I wouldn't be upset if these two play in the grand final either.
yeah. I wouldn't be. I think GWS to get there. I think they needed this heartbreak to give them that fire. I think going off the loss. Like the grand final loss, like back in 2018, I think it was. Was it 20?
Yep.
No, I think 2018 was no.
No, it's 20. Was it 2019 to Richmond?
Yeah, it was to Richmond 2019. Going off that loss, the preliminary loss last year, where Toby Green was heartbroken, and this loss now, I think it's going to really fire them up, and I reckon they go all the way.
And
Yeah,
what about we talk about the sub late, but what about Braden Campbell coming on to this sub? He won them the game in his last quarter.
super sub, mate.
Yep.
Super sub. And his grandfather passed away.
Yes,
Oh,
yes, I did hear that. And then he's come in, won this game for him
It's just unreal.
on his own route.
yep.
Josh
And
just
then
got baby bombers as 93,
yeah,
not
that's what I said. I got the wrong year. I did mention that before. The other one, Heaney. How good is Heaney?
He's
that
great.
mark.
That
That
mark,
mark.
that goal that got him to score, draw the line, draw the scores up. Sorry.
Yeah, streaming through the midfield, took
Yeah.
it on his own
Yeah,
boot. He's
kick it,
had
kick it from
30
30
touches
metres
and
out,
3
7
goals
metres,
in
and
the
bounce through.
first final. 30 touches and 3 goals.
Yeah.
But do you know what? Two other points to this game. I loved what Buckley did to Heaney when he took the mark. He grabbed his hand so he didn't land on his head. I think that
Yeah,
was
that was
fantastic. But how important is Tom Papley to Sydney?
Oh, he just fires him up. Just gives him energy, doesn't he?
A lot of people hate him,
Absolutely.
like his arrogantness. I love it. Like
I love it.
I love it.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. He's the Energizer Bunny,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he's not afraid to get in people's faces.
Nah.
That little push and shove with or the wrestle with Toby Green, the two most the biggest agitators on the field.
Yeah.
That was actually enjoyable.
And I think
Yes.
we were all calling either get them on the midfield together or put one of them back.
Well,
Just let them play on each other.
someone was on Toby Green, and he just couldn't see much of the ball. And I saw it like it come across, and every time like they'd do a ball up in their forward 50, like you go for the ball, and someone just like push him out of the way. Like they knew like to keep Toby Green quiet. And, yeah,
I think they had him tagged.
yeah, they did.
I'm pretty sure they did. I can't remember who was running the tag, but I'm pretty sure they were a hard tag on him.
Yeah,
Well, you got 12 disposals and kicked two behinds, had two tackles. That's a really, really quiet game for him.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
you want your captain standing up in those moments. Yes, he's getting tagged, but he's got to do something to get involved. He can't just be running around trying to
Well,
start.
especially, and those 2 goals were very, very gettable.
Yes, yes, they were. One of them hit the post, I think, didn't they?
yeah.
From
Yeah, I
memory?
think so, yeah. But one
Um,
was 10 metres out right in front.
well, Toby
Jolly
Green,
said something about Campbell too. He mentioned Campbell.
yeah, super sub,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
super sub. Toby Green played 88% time on ground, 12 disposals. Braden Campbell, 31% time on ground, 9 disposals, 1 goal,
And he
and
had about 600
tackles.
metres games, I think, or 400,
244.
240, yeah, which is insane.
So that's unreal, absolutely unreal. Amadi looked dangerous early. He was getting to the right spots. He wasn't taking grabs or anything, but he was
Didn't
getting to the right spots, and then he fell away.
didn't touch the ball all game until the sealer.
Yeah,
He's ended the hopes.
yep. So that
Jolly's
was,
also mentioned James Jordan.
He's the one tagging Toby Green, I
Oh,
think.
yep.
yep.
And his vision late in that fourth quarter to spot up a teammate in front of goal was
No,
outstanding. Yeah.
that kick he dotted between three
Oh, that's what
GWS
it was.
and
Yes.
hit him on the fly. That kick was electric.
Yep.
And he's taken it on. He didn't have to take that kick, took that kick on and dotted him between 3. It was beautiful kick of the footy.
Sydney, that was Campbell. Campbell hit him up.
Oh,
Remember he
Campbell hitting him up.
Yep. Um, Sydney and Hawthorn, their forward line share the ball around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yep.
That is, like we keep saying, that is the key to this year's flag. Brisbane won't win it
Nah.
No, can't. Too selfish.
because of the selfishness that they've got,
Yeah.
particularly one of
And
their
they've got to
players.
play Giants in Sydney.
Yeah,
That's
I reckon.
another.
Yeah, this is going to be their biggest test, but yeah, I reckon they're going to fall short, and they might come back next year.
I think so. But this was just from a neutral supporter. I was cheering Sydney on in the end. But from a neutral supporter, it was absolutely fantastic. Second half, Brody Grundy was all Australian worthy. First
I
half,
don't know what Tassie's saying neutral. He was more Sydney than me brother. He was
I
all
was.
over Sydney while we were sitting there watching this game.
I was definitely. I'd like to see them win the flag again.
See, I'm on board for GWS to win their first flag. So
I want GWS Sydney Grand Final. That's what I predicted at the
yeah,
start of
another
the year.
game
That's
like
what I
that
want.
would be enormous, and then actually get the draw. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just go to time on. It was
Yeah.
a big,
Could be-
deep, but
could be
you
in
could
for
feel
a big
7
day
minutes
that
out.
day.
Yeah,
You could
100%.
feel- Yeah, but you could feel 7 minutes out that if Sydney tied it, they were winning that game.
Yeah.
As soon as they got the go ahead.
Especially Sydney GWS, like with our group of friends, that it's going to be so torn as well between the two.
Yeah.
It'll be like 50-50, so it'll be good to see.
I will
It's going to
not.
be
I will
amazing.
be all kitted up in Swans gear, boys.
Oh,
I'll be in Carlton gear.
I'll be getting high vis. That's the closest thing I got to orange.
All right, and the next game was worst first quarter in a final series since
First quarter, first
1924.
Yeah.
half,
Nah, the
60
first
to 0 until 5 minutes to go in that second quarter.
correct, but they still scored. They scored two goals, one.
Well, I think it says a lot more about Brisbane too. Like you can't go into a final and take your foot off the pressure in the third quarter and the
Yeah, I
fourth and
think
look back at it.
Brisbane just rested. They knew they were winning. They wanted to be rested for GWS next week.
Yeah.
I don't think that's Carlton coming home strong. Carlton didn't look any better in that second half.
Oh,
Brisbane just took the foot off the pedal.
I think we weren't as fumbly
Yep.
in that second half compared to the first half, but the biggest difference was Tom DeConing,
Yeah,
Yes.
coming
and
on and
I
winning it
don't
out of the
know
middle.
why he was named sub to
Well,
begin.
we're saying super sub. This was probably the worst sub in the history of AFL.
Yep,
And
absolutely.
maybe they'll think it was going to have an impact like Super Sub. So, but they
Yeah, but
just
how do you impact a tall player coming on with 10 minutes to go? There's no run. There's maybe a key marking, but they've already got two or three key markers down forward. I couldn't see the impact he was going to have. Like,
The only thing I thought of is they were going to sub Pitone out,
yeah,
but they ended up
but
choosing
then
Kennedy.
still, that's not a super sub. You're just a ruckman for a ruck.
Yeah,
Just trust
it's
your ruckman to run the game out.
it was very odd, very odd.
And the other thing too, selection table, Carlton really blew it there. You shouldn't have put six underdone players back in.
Yep,
And
yeah,
they looked underdone.
yeah.
No, you can't tell me what you said. Doherty looked good, still slow. He looked tired at about three-quarter time.
fumbly.
Yeah. But you could tell he hadn't played footy all year. You could tell Mackay was off, couldn't take a mark until late. He got a couple late in
Yep,
junk time.
yeah. I think like Harry was probably one of our better performers though.
Yeah, but you could tell he wasn't up to his standard.
Oh, not at all, not at all. Um, Yeah, it was. Look, it was just a disappointing game. There was a few shining lights. Hewitt played well. Cripps did everything he could to try and drag him over as he does every week. Um, Walsh was okay without being too impactful. Newman was good. And then for Brisbane, Zorko
What about Zorko? Everyone's telling me he shouldn't be all Australian. Zorko had 22 touches in the first half.
and 611 meters gained,
But
Jesus.
he's just taken his game to the next level this year.
which is crazy because of his age.
Yeah. But
He's
it was the
out.
role he was playing. They were playing him at a half forward, and since Archie's got injured, they've put him back to halfback.
Yep.
And that's the role he's born to play. He loves it back there.
Yep. Absolutely. He gives him such good drive off there. And he's a great user of the footy.
Yeah.
He's absolutely a fantastic user of the footy. Lachie Neale was solid again, as he always is. He could have finished with a couple of goals as well
Yeah.
himself.
Yep.
Now speaking of this game, Tazzy, I believe on our live stream we had last week, there was a little wager that occurred
I
Oh,
think there was.
between you and me. I don't think we come up with the punishment for
oh
that.
no, we
So
didn't, did we?
I
No,
was thinking
no, we
about
didn't.
that, and Tazzy's
Yeah.
got away with one there, I think. So
Yeah.
maybe we'll get few posts in comment and we'll do the funniest one, get Tazzy to do or something.
Yeah. It's up to you, Zoe and Doc. And I know Zoe come up with something good, but it was Doc that brought up the bet.
He did. Maybe
Yeah.
Doc should do it.
Doc, you pick the outcome. What's Tazzy got to do?
I
Tattoos are
mean,
off
I
the
mean, Doc
question
actually do
because
the whatever the thing is.
I think we take tattoos off, but we get Tazzy a punishment
Yeah.
in chat. Just the best punishment we like by the end of the show, we'll get Tazzy to do.
All right, all
Well,
right.
you made the bet, mate.
I know. No, I'll happily live up to what I need to. I'll do a TJ. You
All
know, I
right.
have.
Well, that was the last round, so it was a pretty
Yeah.
good game of footy.
Oh, it
Pretty
was,
good round of
it
footy.
was pretty good,
Well,
man.
two games,
Yeah.
well, one game really.
Yeah. The one
You
game
guys
was,
know what happened with TJ, don't you? How he
Yeah,
had
it
to wash
said
the cars.
Collingwood couldn't miss finals or he washed cars in a
Yeah,
dress or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, perfect.
Collingwood are all missing finals. Moisty told you that at the start of the season.
So next week we've got Friday night Port Hawthorn,
Yes.
7:40 start time, and then Saturday night. So no games during the day. Giants and Brisbane in at NG Stadium.
Which is all right because we've got some VFL during the day. If you're missing football, watch the VFL
Yeah,
kicks. They
All the
VFL,
go all right.
AFL.
The VFL
AFLW.
goes
Yep.
good. Yeah. AFLW, we've got a heap of football on.
Oh, NRL finals start too. We'll have a look at
What's
that.
that?
Throw ball.
I thought you said NFL then. I'm like, the season's just started.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
finals
yeah.
already.
The season's just had, they've had one game, two
They're
games.
two games, but we're going to kick off with a few tomorrow. That's for sure.
All right. Moisty's minute.
Oh, hang on. We've got one.
Oh.
Wear a Collingwood jumper for the rest of the season's shows.
I don't have a Collingwood jumper, mate.
Oh,
I'm
that's
sorry.
right.
Oh,
Eggy's
mate,
got
mate,
several.
I've got a few. I've got a different one for each show if you want.
I like that. We might have to get on that one.
Yeah.
R2
I'll see
do
that.
too bad you're not a smaller size. I know you are short, but I'd still Ava's Nick Dacos one, so you enjoy wearing that one.
I think I'm a bit bigger than Nick Dacos.
Only just.
Yep.
Yeah, true. All right. Let's do it.
Moisty's minute.
Oh, yeah. But who do we want to tip first? Hawthorn, Port Adelaide. I'm going Hawks.
Oh, we're going to do the tips?
Yeah, let's just do it.
I've got
Hawks.
Hawthorn easy.
Yeah, I think after the last time when they lost by 1 point, I think that's going to give them the fire to get over the top of them.
Mate, they won't stop this
Yep.
one. They'll just keep going.
And I think GWS to get over Brisbane at home.
No.
And I think that heartbreaking heartache, they're firing.
Yeah,
I
I've
think
got the same.
GWS get it as well. They go rock hard.
Hawks and Giants, same.
All right.
No, you're not, Doc. No, you're not. Don't lie, mate.
All right then. So we know the drill. We've got the 10-second intro, and then we go into the thing. Let's kick it off.
All right, boys, we're back for a Moisty's minute. Now, we're doing it a bit different this week. We've got, we're going to rate the remaining finalist teams for likelihood to win the flag this year. All right, so I'll go first. I've got Swans taking it out. I think they're the best team in the comp at the moment. Geelong second. GWS, I think, are close. But I had to put Geelong because they won. Then Hawks, then Brisbane, then Port Adelaide have absolutely no hope of winning it this year.
Yeah. I think I've got the same last two as you.
What's the rest of them, Tassie?
So I've got Swans, then I've got GWS, Hawks, Cats, then Lions and Port.
Cats have a smashing. You've got them sitting fourth.
I do because of who they played.
Yeah,
Yep.
gotcha.
Well, I'm going to do mine backwards. I got Port and Lions dropping out this week, and then next week I got Geelong and the Swans dropping out. I got the Hawks getting over the Swans. They're going to catch them early, and they're going to get back. And I got the Hawks to lose to GWS in the grand final.
In the granny. Hawks, GWS grand final. That'll be an exciting grand
It
final.
would be
I don't know who I'd go for. I don't know.
I don't know who I'd go for either.
I like
actually.
them both.
I'm going to have to jump on the bandwagon. I've already got the clothes for
Yeah,
it.
you already got the gear on.
I'd probably go Hawks in that, to be honest, myself as well.
Yeah, baby Hawks. But then GWS haven't won one. I'd be on GWS, I think.
Yeah, I'm
They haven't
still
won
torn
one.
because I'm like, GWS never won. I want them to win one, but then happy wife, happy
Hawks.
life. So
Yeah.
Hawks have won too many, I think.
yeah.
I just feel sorry for Zoe if Giants win a flag because then they're already on par with St Kilda.
Yes.
Yeah, knocked up. All right, well, that was it. I just wanted to get your boys' rankings. I think we've all got, the top four. We all have the opinion Port and Brisbane and no hope. They're out this week.
Yep. Oh, Doc's got Hawks on my smoky, but I'd be on GWS. Nice.
Yeah, I'll be on GWS too.
I wouldn't be unhappy with either, to be honest.
No, I'll be on a good game of footy. If we got the same game as Sydney GWS this week and it went down till the last minute, I'll be happy.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
All right, now it's time for my favourite segment, Eggy's Deep Dive.
Iggy's deep dive. So we're doing the dive this week. There's no rant this week, so we're not gonna abuse anyone this week. But,
No abuse.
I want to hear your opinions. I got Ginnifin going to the pub pre-final. We went to the races last year pre-grand final. What do you boys think?
I got no issues with it.
I got no,
No,
issues with
didn't
it
he?
either.
He had his
Yeah,
best mate's birthday or something. He
Something
had
like
like
that.
6 of the boys at the pub and he
Yeah.
went and had 2 waters and then went home. Well, he's
Oh,
not
so
allowed to go
it was-
have
it was
dinner.
It was a lemon, lime, and bitters. That's
A
what it
lemon,
was.
lime, and
Lemon,
bitters,
lime,
yes.
But
Yep.
what is he's not allowed to go out for tea before a final either?
Nah, but
Where do we pull the
what I
thing?
loved is his goal celebration. That
Oh,
was-
Yes.
Yes. Put the can up and sink it down.
He does not care what the media says.
Like-
And I love that.
I reckon
And nor
this-
should he, though.
This Thursday, I want him at the Greyhounds or something. I want him somewhere I want him somewhere because it fires him up for the game, and I reckon
Yeah.
just send him.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I
Oh,
love
I
it.
thought it was gold. I love it. Love
yeah,
the Hawks celebrations too. That they can get away with it because they're young kids, but the
yeah,
more senior players in the other teams don't like it. But I love the way the Hawks go about it.
yeah. I do.
You
I
look
love
in
it
the
too.
NFL, they dance after they touch down and
Yeah.
everything. I love it.
Well, I
Same
think
as soccer.
I think it was SEN too. They were asking what his celebration's going to be. They told him to do something, but I can't remember what it was now. See if I can find it and I'll share it.
I want him to do the bowling ball. I think that'd be great.
Oh,
You know how they
The
all line
yeah,
up
pins,
with
yeah.
pins and fall down. I think it'd be fantastic, but they know when to do it as well.
yeah. Doc said there was a massive issue when he was at Collingwood, but nothing at Hawks. Double standards, if you ask. Yeah, there is kind of, but yeah.
I think the issue is the Collingwood issue though,
Yeah,
He
and
got
their high
permission,
standards.
but he got permission from Sam Mitchell to go to the dinner and everything. But
yeah.
I
So
don't think Collingwood gave him the permission, but he went anyway.
yeah,
But
and then I think and the way that the media came out when like Craig McRae was asked about, he's like read the room and like that. So I think that's sort of got a bit of bad publicity about it. But
publicity for it.
yeah,
But I've got no problem with it. It's a job.
yeah,
They're
It's
humans.
like at the moment we've just brought in the after work. We had the right to say no. They're still at work.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
they're not at work when they're finished training, they're finished football on Saturday. What do you want them to go sit at home and wait until they play?
yeah,
they
Like,
always do, Doc. Doc's got here. The media blew last year way out of proportion.
yeah.
They
It's
blew
yeah,
this one out of proportion too. Like
yeah.
they just
It,
they get a sniff of something and they just go with it.
well, because it's what catches is what gets clicks. It's what gets
Yep.
clicks. It's what gets
that's it.
views.
But we're humans. How many times have you gone out to before work on a Sunday, gone out and got pissed and had to rock up
Yeah, I know.
sick the next day? Like
Yeah,
we all do it.
Especially
We're
at
humans.
his age.
yeah,
When we
Yeah,
were his age, we used to get on the piss all the time. Go to sleep at 4 a.m., wake up at 7:30, go into work. You know what I mean?
and
It's
struggle for the day.
yeah,
yeah. It's
And I'm not
yeah.
saying he's done that. He didn't do that. He
yeah,
had water and went to dinner with his friends. Like
yeah,
he's had to have dinner at home. He's just gone out and eaten dinner. It's
yeah,
fine. There's no
Correct.
dramas at all.
Yep. And Doc's got no issue with it either. Yeah,
no.
Yeah.
I think the media are just sensationalizing everything as they do.
But I can't wait to see the paparazzi photos on Thursday night.
That's gonna be
I don't know
great.
where he's going to be in Adelaide, but he'll be somewhere. I bet.
He should, you know what he should do? He should even just Photoshop himself being somewhere.
Just with a beer in his
we should
hand.
do that. We should be photoshopping
We just saw him here have
Yeah.
like a flight to Brazil.
yeah.
All right.
He's at the NRL Thursday night game having a beer.
Yeah.
uh,
Oh, love it. Love it. Good deep dive, E.
thanks, mate.
Yeah, great one. Love that one.
Yeah, no, it's good. All right, now we got a couple of viewers' questions. I know one got pulled in 2 weeks ago, and Doc one put one earlier. Actually, I think it was about 2 o'clock this morning. So he must have been out on the piss last night as well.
Yeah.
But I'll let you take it off, Taz.
No worries at all. So yeah, Doc's got here. If Port Adelaide get knocked out in straight sets again, is that Ken Hinkley's job? I think so.
Yeah, I think
I
so
think
too.
it is, but who are you going to get? Like West Coast can't get a coach. Who are they going to get? But Port's got a better list, I think.
Correct. Port's a lot more attractive than what West Coast is.
Yeah,
West Coast need to do a clean out. They really
yeah.
do.
But yeah,
Yeah,
Hinkley, you can't go straight sets 3 years in a row with the team he's got.
Correct.
I think he gets a start next year because they finished second. Like I know it was so close this year. Like I think Hawthorn, if they beat Port Adelaide at that game where they lost by 1 point, they would have put them into second and then Port Adelaide down to fifth or something like that. But
Yep.
they still finished second, so I reckon there's still a bit of hope for him to stay there for a little bit longer.
It might depend on how they lose this week, if they lose.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
If
mean?
they win,
If
it might be doomsday. If they lose by 1 point this week, he's all right. If
yeah.
they
that's what I'm
lose by 30,
And
30
we'll
plus,
see
he's in trouble.
how that 2 day training session went this weekend. See if it made any impact on him.
well, it might actually have a detriment to them
Yeah.
as well.
They got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday sort of rest. So I reckon they might rest tomorrow, hit back Tuesday, then do some
Then have a rest till the game.
work Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah,
Yep.
I think we're all pretty disappointed with Port Adelaide again, though.
yeah,
It'll be the
Absolutely.
three if they go out. It'll be the third year in a row top four finish where they're out in straight sets.
yeah.
Absolutely. What do you think, Doc? Jolie, if you guys are still in chat, Zoe, do Do you
Well,
think Ken Hinkley's in trouble?
if he's not in trouble, why isn't Sam Goodwin in trouble too? Because they were out straight sets the last 2 years, and then this year
Yeah,
didn't
but
make
I think
finals.
theirs is more. He's getting a pass because of all the internal
Yeah.
issues.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
there's much more focused on
Well, I
the
think even the
Petrarca and
president
the
stood down, didn't they,
Oliver
earlier on
and
in the week? Or
yeah,
Plus, he delivered them a flag.
yeah.
It's similar to Bevo. Look how much shit Bevo's
yeah, it's true.
copped over the last 8 years. The only reason why he's still there is because he won them a flag, and a flag gives you time. That's factual.
Yep.
And Hinkley has not delivered a flag.
Not at all.
I'm sorry, Zoe. I said I feel sorry for you if Giants win because the St Kilda.
Oh,
And the doc, I think he's in big trouble. The supporters have had enough. Yeah, I
yeah,
seen signs getting graffiti taken off them of Sack Hinkley
yeah.
on
At the club.
at their club. Yeah, so
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. And just while we're talking about coaches and everything, just back on the Sydney game, the funniest moment in this game, and Todd actually pointed it out to me, was when Heaney had a blood nose, and he went off, and Cameron, the assistant coach, looked at Heaney and the doctor, and he
no, it
goes,
was at the
"Oh, 1
doctor.
minute,
Yeah,
one
he was
minute,"
at the doctor saying 1 minute. You got 1 minute to get him back out there.
because
A
he was
full death
dominating.
stare
Yeah.
saying 1 minute. I had to rewind it on my phone to show Tazzy. It was the funniest thing I've seen. It's like you got 1 minute. That's it.
Because he went to come off and then they turned him away and then he goes, I'm bleeding. So he had to come off and then he's like, you got 1 minute.
Yeah.
Oh, was it Fossey or was it GWS coach or something that one of the players was coming off and he chest bumped him or something? Oh, I can't
Oh, that
remember.
was GWS
It was
coach. It was
GWS.
Papley was walking off, and I think Papley's interfered with him, or he's come into the huddle and Papley's bumped him on the way through.
Yeah,
But as they're saying, coach shouldn't be on there, shouldn't be in that
yeah,
pack. So
yeah.
Papley's in no trouble. If
Nah,
anything,
I
the
don't think
coach
so.
should be reprimanded
But
for that.
I reckon by the look of it, I reckon the coach pumped out his chest, like he
Yeah,
turned
put a
away
bit of
from him
a
and he
yeah.
pushed it, pushed into him. Like, yeah,
Well, you think about when Cloak did it earlier in the year, he was dragging his own players away. They were saying you shouldn't be doing that.
yeah.
You're not part of the playing group.
No, that's exactly right. They shouldn't be
So,
in there.
and that is correct, Zoe. Yes, you did tell me that last night. All right, next question. Turtle.
Yes, this was total for pre from last year when you feel a bit under the weather and you couldn't
From
get
the
the
last
question
week.
out. Yes. So
You got to read it out,
okay.
Tazzy. It's still your
Oh, yeah,
question.
sorry.
It's still your segment, mate. What do you want us to take over?
I got a little bit slow. All
It's
right.
It's a bit under the weather
Um,
still.
Turtle's got here. Gary Ablett Jr. holds the most All Australians with 8, but didn't get his first jacket, until season 6. Of course, it's about Nick Dacos.
Yeah.
Nick Dacos has 2 and was in the squad of 40 in his first year. Do you guys think he will beat this record?
I'm going to take
I
this one to start, Tazzy, if you don't mind, mate. I'm going to
Sure.
have this one. If Nathan Buckley is on the committee and putting him on the wing, the forward flank, ruck, wherever they keep putting him, yes, he will win 22. But to start putting him in the midfield where he belongs, no, he will not break that record.
agree. That's similar to what I was going to say. I struggled to fit him into my All Australian squad.
And he shouldn't have
Um,
been there.
So yeah, he's definitely on track to. There's
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
doubt about that, and he is one of the best players in the league. But I think they've
I
got
think
to be
he's getting
realistic.
preferential treatment.
Yes, that's
I
exactly.
think, yeah, I think because his team's not doing as good that he's still they want to reflect that he is a great player, but even though your team's
But
not
if you
doing as
look,
good.
we'll throw similarities to Sheasel.
Yeah,
If Sheasel was playing
100%.
at Collingwood, he'd have 2
Yeah,
All
Yeah,
Australians
yeah,
already.
I see them as very similar players.
very
Yeah.
similar. Yep.
But because Shields is in a lesser team, they've got to wait till the team starts performing
Yeah,
before
yeah,
he will get recognised. Same
Yeah,
with Cherry.
yeah.
Don't know how
Sherry.
Cherry didn't,
Yep.
and Gorn's going to be tied almost next year because they're going
yeah.
to put him in. I don't care how bad a season he has next year. His name will get him in again.
Nah, I reckon. I don't know. I don't reckon they will next year.
What are your thoughts, Eggy, coming from as a Pie supporter?
Ah, about Nick. Yeah, I I love Nick Dacos. There's nothing bad about that. But I do see like where everyone's coming from. Like I reckon he does get a bit of like you do see calls go more his way sometimes just because it's him. But then
Uh,
like you do see it with Heaney as well, and we see it with a few other players. But then
you do
Grips.
see it with the greats, yeah.
and then,
Yep.
then you see like calls go against like a Braden Maynard or go against like a Tom
Toby
Pavley
Green.
or a Jack Ginnivan as well. Like I don't think Jack's probably got less calls against him in Hawthorn, like his little ducks and that. But yeah,
But yeah, I didn't like. I think Nick's a great player. I think he's an
yeah,
absolute star. But on a wing this year, I was really not happy with that.
yeah. I was
I would have
surprised.
put
Like
him.
he never played wing. I've never seen him play wing.
Well, we brought that up. It was like 1% of the time, and that's when he was running off the bench and didn't get time to get into the middle.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
But
he should have been put on the bench
if he was in
instead
the
of on the wing.
midfield, no one would have a problem with this. If they
yeah.
had taken
Massimo Diarra.
Trelaw out or something, or someone put him on the bench and put uh, Bont on the bench and put Dacos in the field, no one would have said anything.
Yeah, or even
Yeah,
take Warner off, put him on the wing, and then put. Well, I suppose you can't have Errol and Chad Warner on the wing. And put him half forward because he does play a little half forward, a little half back.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Even
exactly.
you're putting him half back. I love that back line, but I wouldn't have even been upset if you had have put him at half back instead of one of those players.
Yeah, because he does play halfback as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Doc, you're exactly right, mate. Exactly right. All right, questions done, done
That's
and
it.
dusted.
Beautiful.
But before we finish off, I just realised there's a little Jack Ginnivan badge. I got a
Oh,
little
the
bit
guinea
excited
badge.
halfway through there. I was like, oh, where'd she get this?
Oh, that's great. That's
See, the
great.
apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
No, that's it. Get him in love.
Yep.
Well, thanks for your questions, guys. Really appreciate you sending them through. Sorry I didn't do the post yesterday. I was actually quite distracted. It's already
Yes,
on
He
the
was very
was
upset.
yeah, it
Bit
was
of
a
a
very
tantrum
tough
yesterday
day.
night. Yeah.
Tough day. Good footy in the Arvo, and then yeah, tough day.
Yeah, we just wish that had been drawn the whole way through the Carlton game. Like
Yeah.
just tie up
yeah,
again, tie up, and they played the night game as well. Would have been heap better.
horrendous,
Yeah.
horrendous. But if you haven't already, guys, we'd love you to share our YouTube channel with your friends and family or any other footy lover. We're really trying to grow the channel. We are growing, which is great, but we can't do it obviously without your support. And yeah, we love that. Doc, Zoe, you guys are regulars, Jolie, that come in every show, and we really appreciate it, guys.
Yes, we really do.
We do.
And in the off season, we would love to see some photos of Ginnivan, where you've seen him and where he's been at.
So we can
Yeah.
post it where he's holidaying,
Yeah.
and we'll get them screenshotted and ready to go before every game next year.
Yeah.
So you're saying Elf on a Shelf is being replaced?
Let's get him
Ginnivan,
I was thinking of one,
Guinea,
Guinea on a spin or something. I'm like, how can we go Guinea on tour?
Guinea in a spin, Guinea in a tinny.
Yeah,
Guinea in a
with
tinny. There we
that's
are.
Put him on the top of a beer can or something.
Guinea with a titty. Yeah.
Guinea with a tinny. We're gonna find.
Oh, we should make some merch for that for sure.
All right, deal. Let's do it. Let's do
Uh,
it.
Are we allowed to
Anything
make
else from
shirts
you?
like that? Guinea on a tinny.
Should copyright that, you reckon?
Guinea
Yeah,
on the
copyright.
tinnies or something. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Yes, I did, Zoe, many times, beaten by a girl at pool.
Yes, yes.
You play well. Very well. Anything else from you two, gents?
Nah, that's it for me.
No, that's it for me too.
Beautiful.
Pretty excited for Friday.
Yeah,
100%.
Friday. Oh, I'm not very excited for Friday night, but let's
I
get
am.
the Saturday game.
The
I'm
Saturday.
excited to see
I think
it.
Hawthorn are just going to romp it in.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, but I think yeah, Port are gonna fire, but I think yeah, Hawthorn after that loss that they had from 1 point earlier on in the season, that would have put them
They
in the
want to.
second. Yeah,
They
I
want
think
to put
they're
them to
gonna
the
be
sword.
hungry for it. They're gonna be hungry.
If Hawks are still within 3 goals at half time, if Port's up, Hawks will run over them.
Yeah, and the other one with the GWS, I have said Brisbane have got no hope, but the tough game with the Swans might give Brisbane a hope. Brisbane did nothing. They've played half a game this week, so could give them an edge late in that game as well.
Yep. Very true. Very true. Well, as always, guys, let's hope next week's just as explosive as this round of footy.
See you guys.